Check.
Josh Looney with you on KCChiefs.com, and new Chiefs offensive coordinator Brian Daboll is our guest this week on Coach's Corner. Coach, welcome to Kansas City.
Thanks. Great to be here.
I know in your introductory phone press conference you told everyone you'd like to be up-tempo, attacking, balanced, but fans always want to know, are you at heart a run-first or are you a pass-first guy?
Well, I think that depends on the team you're playing each week, specifically what the defense is trying to take away from you. If they have an 8-man box, you want to put it up in the air, and if they have a 7-man box or a lighter box than that, then you go ahead and you run it.
It's a very Romeo Crennel-like answer. He always says that the Chiefs are a game planning defense, and obviously you cut your teeth at one point in your career as a defensive assistant under Coach Crennel. Talk about your early years working for Coach on the defensive side of the football.
Romeo, first and foremost, is a great person. Hard not to be around the guy for a short time and understand what a quality man that he is. He expects you do your job, you do it well. The responsibilities that he put on your shoulders, he gives you, knowing that you're full capable to do it. Just a great football mind, a great person, fun to be around with, but you really want to sell out for him when you're working for him because he is such a good leader and a good manager. Great in the classroom with the players, how he speaks to them, how he instructs them, how he teaches them. Just a lot of things that I learned from Romeo as a young coach.
And he doesn't hold it against you for moving to the offensive side of the football?
No, I think that when you start out as a defensive guy, you get to learn a lot of different things that you probably wouldn't learn if you started out as an offensive coach. I think that's very helpful in your production as a coach.
Well, you'll come in and you'll be yourself and you'll put your own stamp on this offense, but when you get these guys for the first time later this spring and you can do the football drills, how do you balance the change all at once versus keeping some of the things that they did well the same? What's going to be your approach to kind of putting your stamp on this offense?
Yeah, well, this is the time right now for the coaches to sit back, to evaluate the roster, to look at the playbook, to make changes necessary, to get all on the same page. And then when the players are able to come in and kind of learn the new offense, you do what's best for those guys. You try to put them in good positions. Terminology is terminology. Every place you go, there's a little bit of a different word. You know, pear might mean apple from one philosophy to the next philosophy, but it's all coaching. You sit down, you install your stuff, you get them to learn what to do, and then you make them go out there and do it. Will
the book somewhat be open, so to speak, as well? Maybe the back end of that playbook where you can say, well, you know, now that I've actually been able to work with these guys on the field and not just seen them on film, that's not going to work like I thought it would. And this one might actually be something I've never done before, but the skill sets of my best players, this would be something we should try.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the way you approach it. I've had different players that had different builds that carried the ball, and one guy ran the ball a little bit better inside. Another guy ran the ball a little bit better outside. So from each year, the players that you have on your team, I think, determine the plays that you want to use. I don't think you want to try to stick a square peg into a round hole. You have to be flexible, you have to understand what your players do well, and then you have to put them in position to make them do it well.
You've inherited some good offensive coaches, and there's been some new ones added to this staff as well. How have you gotten to know your staff, and how have you kind of come in and tried to get everybody on the same page as you move forward to your first season?
Well, we're finishing up hiring the staff right now. We just hired an offensive line coach and a quality control coach, and another guy has been promoted up to the receiver job. And then you got Mo here, who I think is an outstanding coach, and Jim Zorn, who I think is an outstanding coach. And there's a good mix of youth, veteran experience, some former players, and I think that you have to have cohesiveness on your staff so that the players see that there's one unit, because you're the leaders of the team. And you all have to be on the same page. You all have to demand the same things from the players. And I think that as we get going in this offseason, that's what our objective is, to get to know each other, to be on the same page, to make sure we're saying the same things, and to work cohesively.